Hey guys, it's Heather. Welcome back this fall to the second year of the HIT program. We're so happy that you are back and ready to get started. The second year of the program is immersed in all of your HIT courses, which get you ready for graduation, your RHIT exam, and employment. So it's a super fun time, whether you are full-time or part-time with us. Once you've reached kind of those 200 level classes, it's like a rite of passage. So welcome to second year. We're happy you made it. And now the fun begins, right? So out of the gate, you have a statistics course with me. And if you've seen my announcement this morning, you know that this particular course happens to be one of my favorites. I know that sounds weird. Why would you like healthcare statistics? I like it. I like putting puzzles together. I like solving problems. If you're thinking, oh, I don't like any of that, what am I in for? And on top of that, I hate math. I don't want you to be worried about this course whatsoever. So what I think the goal of this little quick video is going to be, and the bad rainstorm has started, so if you hear a little tick 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 or thunder in the background, that's what's going on. But what the goal of this video is just to kind of get you oriented to the class. We're going to talk a little bit about how this class works, and hopefully that'll get you set up, because it is an 8-week course, and I don't want you to feel like you're going to need to take a few weeks to get your legs under you, because by the time that happens, you're going to turn around and we're going to almost be done. So it's like our typical courses. You're going to start here. Now, what you don't see that happens to be missing right now is this video. I'm making the video before I put a link to it in the home page, so that's going to pop in here above course announcements. So that it's just not there yet. But right now, you're used to this. You've had some courses with us. You know you need to take a syllabus quiz by the date we have listed to show that you're entered in the course, and there it is down there. So what you're going to do is, obviously, you're at a link that doesn't exist yet, right? You're at the Start Here link, and then you're going to go to your course syllabus after you watch this video. You're going to read those policies that may have changed for this fall, and then you're going to take a look at the course schedule. I am going to click into your course syllabus so you can take a look at it, and we'll go over the high spots, but I do want you to make sure that you do go back and read it. And the first page, you're not going to find that any of the information has changed from last year. This is all my contact information. Hopefully you still have that, and if not, here it is for you. And again, kind of the same policies, that if you do call my office and it's after hours, I'm not going to get the message to the next morning. The best method is to email me. I know Moodle has added this little chat or message function. I haven't found that to work very well. Sometimes messages languish there before I realize that they are there. So it's going to be the best for you to just go ahead and email me. And if I figure that out to make it work better, I'll let you know. So next thing we're going to talk about is course information and SLOs. This course description kind of shows you the things that we're going to be going over in your statistics course. I'm trying to talk too fast, right? And the math prerequisites that hopefully you have. These are the DCCC SLOs, which things that we've determined that by the end of the course, among these 4 things and the 2 things we have listed here from CAHIM, you should be able to do those easily. And then we have some course objectives too. So don't be scared about everything you see there, because it's going to be super fun and we're going to learn a lot. Alrighty, course requirements. There's a copy of a picture of your textbook. So we're in the 5th edition, which is a revised reprint, and you're so lucky because let me tell you, you're going to end up loving this particular reprint, because the 5th edition prior to this, the cover looks a little different. There are a lot of mistakes, so that's why I included a picture. There are actually 2 5th editions. There is a revised reprint and then the first 5th edition. So make sure if you didn't purchase your book from the bookstore, you might have ordered it on Amazon, that you've got the right 5th edition. So that's why I have a picture there for you. I say Materials calculator, not solar, will not be able to use calculators on phones, tablets, or computer. You're going to be able to use the calculator on your phone, and I'll make that adjustment. I didn't order calculators in the bookstore because I think most everybody has a cell phone that has a calculator function. If you are uncomfortable using your calculator on your cell phone, then you will need to purchase a really basic calculator. Don't be going out there and spending 80, 90 bucks on one of those fancy calculators. It's just going to be too much. I mean, that literally, your phone calculator should be good, or a basic Texas Instruments calculator should be fine. The reason I say not solar is because if it's battery operated, at least you know when you turn it on, even if if you're in a dark area, it's going to work for you. And then the rest of it just talks about kind of computers at DCCC and what we've got here. All right, takes a minute, but methods of instruction and evaluation. So we're going to be doing some video lectures, some handouts, some practice problems. I don't want you to have any anxiety about how this course is going to go. I do watch from semester to semester to find out how students kind of learn best. So my plans are to do some video lectures on each chapter. I'm going to work out problems on your worksheets. I'm going to post answers to worksheets. So there's some kind of combination that you'll be able to figure out how to do these problems. It shouldn't be too difficult. We're going to have 4 exams. We're going to have assignments and quizzes worth 25%, then a final, a comprehensive final that's worth 15%. It's the same grading scale you're used to. I want you to make sure you're reading 1, 2, and 3. It's very important. So the way that assignments are going to work, you're going to have about 6 or 7 assignments in the class. You're going to do those assignments, and if you do a completed assignment, regardless of how many you got right or wrong, I'm going to change your grade to 100. If you don't do the assignment, or you partially complete the assignment, you're going to get a 0. Why am I doing that? I want you to have done some work that I can take a look at before we get to a quiz in a particular chapter, so I can provide feedback to you on where you might be going wrong. If you don't do the assignments and you just skip to the quizzes, I'm probably not going to be able to help you. So the assignments are my way, before we get to a grade that counts, of taking a look at what you're doing. I hope that makes sense. We're going to look at the course schedule in a minute. It might make a little more sense. The last page is about DCCC policies and information, which you're going to find also out here on the home page, and you can take a read for that too. So let's take a look at the course schedule, and hopefully that'll open right up. You know, you never know. Alrighty, here it comes. Let's see. And I'm going to blow it up for us. All right, so we've got a Wednesday start in this class. And I've got schedules that start on Monday and schedules that start on Wednesday. But the college has decided we're going to start on a Wednesday, so here we are. So it says week of August 14th, which I know is only half a week. But your activities for the next few days are going to be the syllabus, a course entry quiz, a welcome assignment, and then we're going to go ahead and begin Module 1. If you also remember from my announcement, I talked about Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is a review, if you've looked at it in your textbook, from whatever math you took. It's going to go over rates, ratios, rounding. Wow, it's all R's, isn't it? And a lot of things like that to kind of get your legs back under you if it's been a while since you've had a math class. Rounding, man, rounding is so important in this class. Math is pretty finite. Right? So we're going to talk about rounding. I'm going to post some things about rounding so that if you've had trouble rounding in the past, we're going to make sure you're rounding well before you're assessed on it. So showing that final answer in the way that it asks for it, to the place past the decimal or a whole number, and the way that you've rounded to get that number is going to be crucial. So we're going to pop back over to the homepage of the course and take a look at what's already posted for Chapter 2. But you're also going to have a Chapter 2 worksheet assignment. And when you take a look, I'll open that up. It's just some practice. And then we'll take a look what you're supposed to do with that. So the way that I think this is going to work, barring any kind of major event here at the college, we should roll about a chapter a week through the next 7 weeks-ish. You're going to see that I'm asking you to read your textbook, and at the same time that you're reading, you're going to work the exercises in the book. Hey, guess what? Odd numbered questions, answers are in the back of the book. So you have the ability to check yourself along the way with the answers in the back of the book while you're reading the chapter to make sure you're getting it right. I'm also going to post video lectures on the chapters and show how to work even numbered problems that you might not necessarily have the answers to. So we'll make sure that you feel all covered in the chapter before we move on. So also with each chapter, you're going to see that most of the time there's some kind of worksheet assignment, much like what you're going to have in chapter 2. Then you're going to have a quiz on that particular chapter, and that's going to kind of assess where you are before it's time to take a test. So we begin Module 1 on the 14th, and you're like, oh my gosh, Heather, by the end of the first week, we've ended Module 1? Yep. It's only two chapters. And the first chapter's a review, and the chapter 3 is a little beefier, but it'll be fine. I have your exam listed for the next week, so you see it kind of floating up there by itself, Module 1 exam. My guess is that I'm going to open that Wednesday or Thursday-ish, leave it open through the weekend so people have lots of time to work on it, lots of time to turn it in, and I will make sure that I post the protocols and the procedures for the exam, because it's probably going to be a little different than what you're used to, so I don't want you to sweat that right now. I'll make sure that you understand what's going on. And then you'll kind of work your way through the schedule and see how it's going to work for the rest of the time that we're here in the first 8 weeks. You'll see here that we do pick up with 2 chapters that last week. It's mostly reading, y'all. When you see chapter 11 and 12, you'll understand what I mean. There won't be a special, I call this Module 5, these 2 chapters. There's not going to be a specific Module 5 exam. You're just going to find that information on the final. So information from chapter 11 and 12 are going to be on the final. All right, let's see if I can get back to the course. So if you take a look under Module 1, you don't see a ton posted yet as far as work, but you see a big yellow block. And in that block, every time you open a module or I make it available, I'm going to give you as much information as I possibly can on what you need to do for the chapters. And then the corresponding postings will be below that. So right now, all you can see is a worksheet assignment and worksheet answers. So I'm going to click into that and let's see if it'll open up for me. So here's your worksheet. Let's see if I can make that a little bigger. So on this worksheet, my advice to you is to print it off. If you don't have a printer, you can look at it on your screen and work it out. Okie dokie. So you can write the answers down to this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to transfer, once you're finished, you're going to transfer the answers here to worksheet answers. And that's how I'm going to grade it. Moodle is going to grade that for you so that when you click submit, you're going to get immediate feedback on those answers, and you'll know what you missed and what you got correct, so you can look back over your worksheet and figure out what that may be. My guess is that a high percentage of the time this format is going to work. I'm going to reserve the right to make some adjustments on some of the chapters that are really technical, and we might break things up and have a couple of these things along the way. But just remember, you're attempting the assignments, you're giving me a complete assignment, and you're going to get 100 whether your answers were right or wrong. I provide you whether you got them right or wrong so you can learn from it. But if you do all these assignments, y'all, it's going to be all 100s. So I hope that makes sense, but I'll keep reminding you of that as we go along. I think that's it. You know, that's almost 15 minutes of me yapping at you, and you're probably like, oh my gosh, when is she going to stop? So we're going to go ahead and get started this week with what you saw on the course schedule. I want you to pop into Chapter 2, get started on that, and then I'm going to start to load some things and some videos for Chapter 3, and get us all ready to work next week. I hope you have a great first day. Bye.